Hey there, Renaissance Swagger. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome, or returning, thanks for coming back. So, today is going to be a rant video. I'm sorry to say, not my normal form, but this needs to be talked about. I have some strong feelings on the matter, and you might too. I was at my local nutritional supplement store a couple of weeks ago. Think GNC or a vitamin shop type of deal. And a customer comes in while I'm checking out, and they ask the person working there for a recommendation on which magnesium supplement to take. There are quite a few. And they state the intent, which is that they're going to take it before a workout. So we have a fitness goal, and they want to take it prior to. Now, we could discuss the strategy of taking before a workout, which we'll put a pin in for now. But suffice to say, they got two recommendations: magnesium citrate and magnesium glycinate, and smack my head. So I suspect the reason that they were recommended those two forms is because if you go on the internet and you do any kind of search on, say, YouTube or some other place, and listen to what the health experts are saying, sometimes folks that are very respected, they will talk about bioavailability. And that is how easy it is for your body to absorb the particular magnesium supplement that you're taking. And those two forms are either mid-level bioavailability or very bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs it very quickly and easily. And that makes sense on the surface. We wouldn't want to buy a supplement that our body isn't going to absorb. And there are no shortage of videos out there talking about this, as I mentioned. But there's a problem. There is two words in that phrase: magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate. And the second word means more than just how easily your body absorbs the supplement. There are consequences. So let's go ahead and pick on the two that were recommended. Magnesium citrate. I have here a magnesium citrate supplement that I purchased. And it's marketed under the idea that it is a calming supplement. So it's a stress relief, it's supposed to help you stay calm. And although it is true that magnesium can do that, there are some other side effects. So this is mag citrate. And if you even read the back of the bottle, it has the normal disclaimers that you would see, such as if you were pregnant or lactating, you should consult a physician. That's pretty standard. And then it says, if you have a bowel obstruction, talk to your doctor first. So we have the normal standard disclaimer, and then we carve out a special one just for if you have a bowel obstruction. Now, why might that be? And the reason is because magnesium citrate, although it potentially can relax you or make you feel calm, I suppose, it also serves as a laxative. In fact, if you are going in for a colonoscopy procedure and they need to clean you out before they do this, not to get gross, they will often use magnesium citrate to do so, yet it's being marketed not just on the internet, but regularly used as a supplement to help with your fitness, perhaps incorrectly or improperly so. Now, it is dose dependent and it is based on the individual sensitivity, but I suspect that's probably not the best supplement to be taking prior to a workout. And even if you didn't respond to the laxative-like effect because you didn't take enough of it, because it is dose dependent, I don't know that you want a form of magnesium that is going to relax you prior to a workout. But that's what was recommended by the person working at the store. But it's not just at my local store. I see lots of YouTube videos from experts, folks that claim to be experts, and sometimes very credible experts recommending mag citrate simply because it's more bioavailable. I suppose if one is taking it at the end of the day and isn't overly sensitive to the laxative-like effect, Perhaps it's a good form of magnesium to take. It's cost effective. But the important part is to understand why you're taking it. And that's just not being discussed enough. So let's move on to the other recommendation, which was magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate. So this particular one is made by Nature Made. Magnesium glycinate is like the poster child magnesium supplement recommended by all the experts, and nutritional influencers, and so forth. It is a good form of magnesium because it is the most bioavailable, or the most bioavailable that's readily accessible, I suppose. There might be one that's more bioavailable. The number that I frequently see quoted is the 80% bioavailable. The problem with this particular supplement is that it does, in fact, relax your muscles and relax you. And again, I don't know if that's what I want to take prior to a workout. Prior to a workout, I am more in a get revved up mindset. I'm not chugging Red Bulls. I've never been one to do that. I don't think that's good for you, but I'm definitely listening to my favorite rock music. I'm trying to get pumped up. Both of those were recommended to the customer for the workout, and again, are commonly recommended on the interwebs as it pertains to a fitness type goal. So if you're going to take these forms of magnesium, I would say be very aware of the dose that you're taking and consider when you're going to take it. Before a workout is probably not a good idea. The more common recommendation that I do see from some of the more respected experts out there, such as your Peter Attias, is to take any kind of magnesium supplement prior to bed, because it does relax your muscles. It'll help you sleep better. Magnesium is an electrolyte. So at the end of the day, if you're doing some kind of physical, strenuous workout regimen that is causing you to sweat a lot, you might want to consider it as part of your overall electrolyte replenishment strategy. I do mean overall electrolyte replenishment, because if you are sweating a lot from physical activity, you are losing more sodium, most likely, than you are magnesium. So you want to think about that and consider that. The form of magnesium that I have found works best for me personally during physical activity is a form called magnesium malate. Magnesium malate does not cause my muscles to relax, which would be distracting to me personally. And again, I think it's a sensitivity to the individual. It is not necessarily one of the most, I don't want to say unpopular, because it is out there, but in pill bottle form, so to speak, most obvious forms out there. So the brand that you will see it under, and it is geared towards athletes, is called Element. It comes in a box like this, and it does indeed have other electrolytes in there that you're going to want to replenish with, and I would argue prioritize when you are sweating. I still would not want to do this when I'm doing some kind of heavy cardio. That would really get in my way. It comes in a little packet like this that you drink. You mix it in a bottle of water, and in general, that's how you're going to take most supplements anyways. So it is very dependent on what your workout regimen is, I think, and what you're doing. I'll give an example. So I participate in something called HEMA, that stands for Historical European Martial Arts, and it is using historical European weapons made of steel. As such, we have to wear quite a bit of heavy protective gear. Think fencing jacket on steroids. And as such, we will sweat a lot. So I find this helpful. But again, I'm careful with it because I recognize I am losing more sodium than I am magnesium. And I'm also not running. That would not be an ideal time to take it. An honorable mention on a few other products out there and some things that you will hear that I think should be discussed. So I did try this guy here, and this is a product that you will see in stores such as Whole Foods. I think it's on Amazon, and it is a form of magnesium called magnesium oxide. Now, magnesium oxide will be bashed frequently by a lot of the experts out there because it is one of the lowest forms of bioavailability, again, meaning your body does not really soak up the magnesium. It just has a hard time absorbing it. And in this particular supplement, I bring it up not because of that, but because of some of the other ingredients in it. So this has magnesium oxide, but I took it and I noticed that it had magnesium citrate-like effects, if you recall what I mean when we discussed some of the effects of magnesium citrate. And I got to reading the ingredients, trying to figure out why it was acting like magnesium citrate, and I saw that it had citric acid listed as the first ingredient. And when you mix citric acid with magnesium, you get magnesium citrate. Therefore, forthwith, laxative. So be careful with some of these supplements out there. This one is being, again, marketed as an athletic, enhanced athletic performance type supplement, something that you would associate with doing physical activity, yet it is essentially an laxative. That is not what you want to be putting in your body when you are trying to do something that is very strenuous. Be careful. There is, of course, always your natural option, which is almonds is kind of, I think, the poster child. That is simply what is known as elemental magnesium, and it is highly bioavailable. It doesn't have side effects, so there's that. At the end of the day, it's important to understand why you're taking something and not just listen to some of those health experts out there. With magnesium, and under the context of being marketed towards athletes, I can think of very few types of supplementation that you would want to be more careful with than magnesium. It is an electrolyte, and it is influencing how your heart behaves. And so when you are under a lot of physical stress from doing hardcore physical activity, you want to be thinking about what you're putting in your body. I hope you found this video helpful. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I know there are a lot of strong feelings out there around magnesium, for sure. And again, I do respect that everyone responds differently, and I recognize that the way I respond might not be the way that you respond. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I really would appreciate that. If you enjoy my content, give me a thumbs up. That helps me with the search engine results, or leave comments. Thanks so much, and have a fantastic day.